We have not had our monthly TNR clinic at the dog shelter since May. If we have one in October, we will have missed 4 months where no cats were fixed. This makes an already disastrous situation even worse. Our voucher program went into effect in August. This program needs to be publicized so that homeowners who encounter cats on their property can have the cats fixed at town expense. While rescuers are aware, all property owners need to be made aware. I actually thought that we were having they were going to approve tonight a new feral cat coordinator, but I didn't see it on the agenda, so I'm assuming it's not there. So, from what I was told, there is someone who may now be hired for the feral cat coordinator position. Whereas public safety may oversee the animal shelter, the shelter director should be the one interviewing applicants and have a large say in who is ultimately hired. The reasons for this are twofold. The shelter director needs to have a good personal rapport with the applicant, and public safety does not have the hands-on or rescue expertise to be making these decisions. Cats have been discriminated against in this town ever since a very cruel and ignorant supervisor decided that since cats were not legally mandated to be admitted to a shelter, he would ignore their plight and leave them on the streets to suffer and die. I hope that this town board will show more wisdom and compassion. It should be obvious to this board that our movement will not go away, but rather our numbers in resolve are growing. We will do whatever is necessary and place a monthly ad in every local paper, which we just did, if that is what required to spread awareness of the horrendous conditions cats are facing in this town. Are there any reasons why we can't now commit to applying for the available amount of $500,000 to the state grant program and spending half of it on building a cat shelter? Over a period of years, you'd have that money very easily, or conversion of an existing facility like the Ladue Sanctuary in Oyster Bay. Yes, the dog shelter is still in need of repair, but cats and their owners have serious needs as well. The signs "not in our town" are politically correct. It sounds good, but it means absolutely nothing. But what about the prejudice against cat owners? If they encounter financial difficulties or an owner becomes disabled or dies, what is to become of their cats? Should we tell them the town only has money for an HVAC system, which I agree is necessary at the dog shelter? Let me remind you that cat owners comprise 40% of all pet owners in New York State. They're taxpayers and they're also voters. After years of showing the terrible plight of cats in our town, we have been awarded $40,000 for a voucher program. This is a positive step, which unfortunately was way more than negated by our once monthly TNR program not having been held in 4 months. This is the second time in a year that the feral cat coordinator position, whether they quit or were fired, makes no difference. Perhaps it's time that the town increase the pay package and pay benefits. I know of 2 people myself that have already applied. So I don't know if public safety is here. Maybe they can explain why nobody has been hired and nothing is happening. And they shouldn't be overseeing it anyway, because they really have minimal knowledge of what's necessary. Jenna, the shelter director, who's doing a good job, should be the one making that decision. Is our wealthy town constricted by a lack of funds? Perhaps we could cut money from some unnecessary or minimally necessary programs. I'll be done in 1 second. From the Rain Barrel program, which serves very few constituents. In the meantime, I suggest we take down the propaganda signs "not in our town" until they give equal consideration to cat owners. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stuart, if I could just add something, I just have some material here. In the month of August, there were 10 vouchers on August 5th. There were 10 vouchers taken up on August 12th. There were 10 on August 19th, and there were 7 on August 26th. And that probably isn't enough. I understand the need for advertising, and that on this coming Sunday, the Village of Mineola is having their street fair, and they called me and asked me if they could get a table from the animal shelter, and I said, yeah, I spoke to the animal shelter. They said yes, and I make sure that they're going to have information about the cat voucher program at that table.
All right, no,
I asked them to continue to distribute.
I appreciate your help, Dennis. The one point I just want to make is that normally, on average, let's say there are 50 cats a month fixed at the TNR program. So now the purpose of the voucher program was to be an addition. In other words, rescuers know about this, but the average homeowner has no clue. That's the problem. So but it's a positive step, but we need to get that program, and really it should be run by the animal shelter, not by public safety. But thank you.
Yeah.